Absolutely. So maybe we have contributed, Truth Tribe, to that problem. So the first step is dealing with whatever it is that's going on within yourself about it, then acting outwardly about it, not just inwardly but outwardly, which means eso and exoteric. Yeah. Once we work on the inside, we must then work on the outside too. Exactly. Boom, right there, Kathy Moore, absolutely. Fine line to not get angry whilst there's nothing wrong with being angry. If you need to be angry, then be angry. There's nothing wrong with that. Do not suppress your anger. It's something that's required, okay? It's just that if it's a chronic anger, then it's going to cause you harm, okay? But if there's a good, healthy reason to be angry, then yes, be angry. Don't worry about being angry and expressing it. It's good. Like sometimes people tease me. It is a tough topic, I understand it, but you've got to face it head on, you know? And if some people can't deal with the truth, then maybe they're just not ready for it. And I just want to share something real quick with you. Like a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people have said to me, how could you be a light worker? Which I don't actually like that term, to be honest with you. But people say, how could you be that and be like, you know, angry or sharp or swear or this, that and the other? Well, you know what? That is why I call what I do. That's why I refer to you guys as Truth Tribe. And to me, I like to get down to the nitty gritty and I like to stay real, okay? I'm not going to pretend to be somebody that I am not. I do swear, I do get angry, I do get pissed off, I do have my bad days, and that's just the way I roll. And people that know me in my retreats and my classes know me for that, you know? If I get pissed off, I'm going to show it. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't mess about and try to be something that I'm not, because you're having a human experience. Absolutely, yes. And I want to stay human, okay? I want to keep my emotions. I don't want to be too much in this kind of neutral mode where I have no emotion. Light work is just important as shadow work. Absolutely, yes it is. So please guys, keep it real, keep your emotions. Don't feel shame, blame or accuse yourself if you feel angry, if you feel bad, if you have negative emotions. Get it out of your system, express it, don't suppress it. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Right. Exactly. We're still human, and keep the human. Human flaws are beautiful. Keep all that while still upgrading and improving ourselves while we're doing it. That's why I resonate with you. That's why I love you. Oh, and I love you too. Thanks so much. Star Sapphire's laughing. Yeah, just keep it real, guys, okay? Hi, Divine Breath. Thanks for coming in. So, yes. So this is what we've got. We've got something that's called the Master-Slave Matrix, and they are connected to the moon lineage, okay? So it doesn't mean we need to hate on government systems or hate on the police or hate on these systems. It's just by gently, in our own way, being able to offer some kind of way where we can help these people change if they're ready to change. You can't force that to happen, okay? But we can do that by changing ourselves, sort of like broadcasting that outwards. People will be affected by that in a positive way, and sometimes if it requires anger, then be angry, okay? I have like clients that are inside the police force who are lawyers, and I tell them about this stuff, you know, and they're like, yeah, it makes sense, because they're starting to feel suppressed in their own jobs, yeah, and in their own careers. You know why? Because they are in the master-slave matrix. Exactly, they're being manipulated by reptilians whose home is the dark side of the moon. Okay? Or one of their homes, anyway. It's one of their bases. So that's another deep truth disclosure if you don't know it already, and I know a lot of you already do. They have no idea they're humans being manipulated. Yeah, they have absolutely no idea. Yes, I do. It happens a lot. There's been times where I've had a lot of interference. When I was developing a lot of my work, I had a lot of ET interference because I didn't want the truth to get out there. and I did a lot of healing on that and all sorts of processes. Yes, of course they are absolutely real. And if you don't know already, dark side of the moon, other dimensions, planes, yes, there's that as well, and I discussed that again on one of my other scopes, and you can catch my other scopes on catch.me/fusion7healing. There are protocols to contact ETs. To be honest, Richard, I do not contact directly with them because it can be quite dangerous, but there have been times where a lot of them have tried to perform psychic attacks on me or prevent me from doing certain types of work. But no, I do not make any direct connection with ETs because it can create distortions in our electromagnetic field. It can affect our psyche, and it can literally be quite dangerous. So I'd invite you to actually avoid that. There are other ways of receiving information about it without becoming directly associated or channeling that kind of information. I'm currently in Koh Samui, Thailand, but at the moment I am living in southern Cyprus, Limassol. Okay, I had a lucid dream that a ship was taking me up, and all of a sudden I was dropped like I was protected. Excellent, that's amazing. It's a good thing that you were dropped. Okay, and so we also have another guy who is a crop circle expert from UK, and oh my god, I've forgotten his name right now, but when it comes to me I will share that with you also. Colin Andrews, and I met Colin Andrews in 2012 on a Galactic Mayan cruise adventure, where again it was all about deep exposure to truth, and he has written a lot of books and has a lot of amazing truths and experience all about ETs in the moon and crop circles, and his name is Colin Andrews, an amazing expert in his field. And he was getting a lot of interference also when he was going to share some amazing lectures, and I actually offered some healing to remove all the interference that he was dealing with, because there was a lot of government officials that did not want him to share his deep, amazing and profound knowledge with us. So I've had a lot of experience with these issues, guys, and really it's very, very important to do. What does interference feel like to you? It depends on the kind of interference that you experience. Some people can actually have implants inserted into them. Some people can feel that they are not themselves. Some people feel that they are taken off planet in their dreams. Colin Andrews was actually taken off planet in one of his experiences, and we're talking about a great scholar who actually used to work for NASA, actually. So you know, this isn't just this is not, you know, fucking about stuff that I'm talking about here. This all has you know, deep evidence behind it, and I really do invite you, like I said, to investigate yourselves. We have one more important piece of information to share about the moon. Excessive war and misogyny still exists on Earth in the ancient Eden, because there is an Eden here on Earth, Truth Tribe, and this ancient Eden is Iran and Iraq. Iran and Iraq is the physical ancient Eden of this planet that is keeping the feminine enslaved. Now, have you noticed how much war there is in that area of the world? Did Armstrong really land on the moon? I'm going to leave you to answer that question. What do you think? There's a lot of controversy on whether or not there was a moon landing. Otolek of Dakota has a lot of info on Andromeda and has many experiences with them. Yes, absolutely. I've also come into that information. Now, if there was a moon landing or not, Truth Tribe, I invite you to go into yourselves to see what the truth is about that, okay? My personal feeling about that is that there was not a moon landing, or perhaps there was. But if there was, whatever it is that they saw there was so unpleasant that they never went back there again. So just think, even if there was, why did nobody ever go back? Why? Fake. It could be a fake. There has been evidence saying that as Apollo, can't remember the name of which ship it was, the mysteries of the Sphinx, is it related to the aliens? Yes, it is. So please, guys, even with these ancient wisdoms, do be careful, because the gods are actually what? In fact, they are aliens. China went to the moon before. Kubrick possibly faked later missions. I just read about the Middle East. China people, yes, yes, and yes to all of those comments. Okay. So, was there a moon landing? It feels fake to me, but I do know that there's a lot of factual evidence where a lot of our astronauts that went around there came across some nasty stuff that was going on and were not allowed to disclose. They were threatened, and a lot of them actually died by exposing some of that information. Have you heard of that? Are you aware of that? If you haven't, then you really, really need to explore that also. Okay? So, these parts of the earth, Iraq and Iran and the whole of Middle East, breed a lot of war, and this is deeply connected to misogyny, because there's a lot of bloodshed. Bloodshed has to do with moon worship, with the moon and moon cycles, and also with master and the slave matrix. So, Truth Tribe, these are our main deep truth exposures for this evening. Okay, so I will just again, and the feminine suppression, which I scoped about a few days back. You're so knowledgeable, and I would like to ask you on your opinion on God. Okay, so God for me it's not deity. I'm christened a Christian Orthodox, and I embrace all the different religions that there are. I'm not partial to a particular religion. I'm not partial to a particular spiritual direction, although I do respect them, and each to their own, absolutely. But I do not believe in deity, which is God figures. My approach to God is more of a metaphysical approach, which basically says that the core point of all of creation is primary source, which is a location in the cosmos that is responsible for all that is in the past, is now, and will be creating, which we are also a part of. Primary source, that is it. That is all that I believe. So it is not religious, but if aliens are real, are they created by God? This is a very deep story, and again, I have scoped about it in the past. Everything began as a kind of utopia, but then we began to descend, and we embarked on a devolution process, and as we devolved as part of our evolution process, we came into dark spots and experienced everything that we are not, including dark and nasty energies, beings, entities, humans, etc., etc., etc. So it is all part of the whole, but we just diversified and became separate from our source, so that we could experience everything from good to evil, and it's all part of the same.